I'm Michael, and this is my hobby. We're in the studios of Manifold Recording in Pittsboro, North Carolina. I was born into a musical family, and at first I really didn't honor that very much. But when I was 10 years old, I went off to school to go be a choir boy in Manhattan. And for 4 years I sang on Fifth Avenue, and little did I know how meaningful and important that experience would be later in life. As I have gotten more in touch with my musical history, I'm getting more in touch with people who practice and perform and appreciate music, and find that maybe that was a community I should have been more involved with throughout more of my life. This studio came about in part because of my interest in the Creative Commons. I began to see how the inspiration that open source provided to the Creative Commons community could come right back to us. And this provided an opportunity to link musicians and audiences, technology and acoustics into some new thing, which we're just at the beginning of exploring. The process of building this was an exercise in design thinking. From beginning to end, it was about 5 years. It took 4 years of actual moving earth and building blocks and fitting trim and all the rest of that jazz. But after 5 years, we opened 2 years ago, and we've been in business since then. What we have done is we've gone against the trend of putting everything into a digital box. We've gone back to the traditions of great acoustics, but we also have modern science that developed in the 70s and 80s that really figured out what it is that makes a room sound fantastic when you record. When it comes to technology, there's a lot of analog circuitry, because that's just, how we reduce acoustic signals to electricity. And in fact, this console behind me is an analog console. We also recognize that technology is changing, and we wanted to have an infrastructure that could be upgraded, and we also wanted to have an infrastructure that was as open source friendly as we could make it. It was thrilling to me and exciting that we could build a control room and a console around open source software. Another key piece of technology in this studio are our Linux storage servers. One great way for me to understand the Enterprise Linux value proposition was to actually become a straight-up customer. And so I did that. I actually bought several entitlements. From that external perspective, I've gained an understanding that that as much as I love new technology, I'm happy that Red Hat does not expose me to all the sharp edges that are out there, and that way I can enjoy my hobby that much more. While I was in the research phase for starting this project and trying to understand just how crazy of an idea it was, I came across this amazing article about Glenn Gould, and he argued that the most important experience of music belongs with the listener. And as I read those words and began to find that there are other people who shared these beliefs, I thought that this was not only a revolution that was possible, but a revolution whose time had come.